federal government says that the next target is to ensure stable power supply in the country. That assurance is coming from the Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, who explains that the transmission and generating capacity have grown. Distribution is not matching up owing to snags in the value chain. That's according to him. He was speaking on our breakfast program, Sunrise Daily, earlier today.
The transmission capacity has grown again. The last simulation that we did in December 2018 was 8,100. The generation capacities are also increasing, but it's a value chain where the distribution uptake is not matching up with the available power. And of course, from time to time, there are snags in the value chain. Maybe a 33 kV line goes, maybe gas issues, maintenance even in some places requires shutdown because we still don't have enough power. But I can say very, very confidently that clearly we've moved forward. The reason we're asking for a renewed mandate, which we have now got, is to move even further. We set out short-term goals in my ministry. First, get incremental power. We have delivered on incremental power, and we will continue to increase. We are hopeful to see that at this next level of obligation, what we want to see now is more of incremental power and stable power in some places. For the end of the next term, we should experience more stable power. And that is as much as I can honestly and sincerely commit. Because it's a big country, there will still be many areas that we will not have reached because of viability, because of financial, because as businessmen too, the whole country hasn't been connected by telecoms 17 years after. There are still places where your network won't work, and that's why people carry 3-4 phones. So let's just understand this. Not every part of the country also has banking services. They are largely in the capital. So let's just understand where we are.
Itel Mobile Africa has unveiled an upgrade of its existing Super Max Power flagship series, the Itel Pt.3 and Itel Pt.3 Plus. The smartphones come with an upgraded camera, memory, security, and other unique features. The mobile manufacturer says that its customers are paying less to get much refined smartphones.
It's the launch of a new breed of smartphones. Friends and partners of the brand gather to see firsthand what Itel calls a breakthrough in smartphone technology.
And with all of this, I believe we can all agree that Pt.3 and Pt.3 Plus truly will be a power hero for every user.
My power, my hero. A slogan highlighting the uniqueness of the brand's new product is adopted, with the company's representatives taking everyone on a tour of the company's track record and the phone's unique features.
By February 2019, Itel has entered more than 50 countries in global. We still have so large base and business in the African market.
Itel says it's pushing the boundaries of smartphone innovation and design with its P33 and P33 Plus. Long-lasting battery, larger storage configuration, and artificial intelligence technology are a few of the phone's unique features.
Important countries for Itel Mobile.
Aside from producing budget-friendly and high-quality phones, the smartphone manufacturer says its strategy of retaining a huge market share is intact.
In the coming years, we will focus on what we'll be doing before that have made us quite successful, and we'll try to bring out devices that are reliable, that are trendy, and most importantly, that are affordable, because those are our key selling point as a brand.
Pt.3, Pt.3 Plus.
With the phones unveiled in a bubbly and heroic-themed atmosphere, Itel believes it's created a product with a unique user experience.
For the Nigerian economy to grow faster, there is a need for the government to prioritize wage increment and the creation of employment for its citizens. This was the opinion of Turkish-born American economist Darren Akmogul while delivering a lecture to mark First Bank's 125th anniversary in Lagos State. The professor of economics emphasized that job creation and other elements such as good health and education are needed to achieve high-quality economic growth in Nigeria.
Board members and management of First Bank PLC, public office holders, policymakers and industrialists attend the bank's 125th anniversary lecture. Institutional impact on economic growth and improved living standards is the theme of the day. Professor of Economics Darren Asemoglu is the guest speaker.
Entrepreneurship, consumer credit, access to resources for everybody. That is the heart of some of the problems that West Africa and Africa in general will have to solve. If Amnesty International, if Transparency International says there is corruption here, don't dismiss it, take it to heart. Because to deal with corruption is very essential to build that trust. Build that trust, build that expertise, then you can start collecting more taxes, using them in the right expertise, and investing in health and education for high-quality growth.
On the other side of the lecture is a plenary session. Panelists identify ways of promoting global interdependency to enhance growth in Nigeria and in Africa.
The first area is in trade, that's international trade. Then this in goods and services. The second area is in international financial capital flows, and then international mobility of labor.
We're not averse to FDIs coming in, but we would prefer to have real investments coming into the country. So whatever we need to do in terms of policy, we will do.
We need to see people investing in their own country. And so the more and more we see that, the more and more we have more confidence that international funds in a country will be able to stay the course, will be able to have the desired impact.
How does the theme of the lecture relate to what First Bank stands for?
In our DNA is our ability to transform, innovate, disrupt, be part of disruption, and lead disruption.
As the bank moves to the next generation of leaders, there is need for it to build stronger institutions in Nigeria to remain truly the first.
Yes, and indeed, Kayode Okikiolu is standing by to take us through a couple of more business stories.
You first. First Bank.
And you're welcome to Business News. President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to launch the micro pension plan tomorrow. That's Thursday, March the 28th in Abuja. That's the nation's federal capital territory. A statement from the National Pension Commission explains that this is part of the initiatives to bring financial inclusion to all working Nigerians. The plan, which is an initiative of PENCOM, aims to provide pension services to self-employed persons in the informal sector and employees of organizations with less than 3 members of staff. The launch signifies the commencement of activities that will culminate in the full implementation of the micro-pension plan. Let's now head over to the ongoing Africa CEO Forum in the Rwandan capital city, Kigali, where a session on Leaders' Voice featured conversations with prominent political figures. One of them is the governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, who speaks on how to fix Nigeria's political system and make it work for growth and development. He is of the opinion that an inclusive economy will accelerate the development agenda.
There's a sense in which when we come to gatherings like this, the macro picture, the national picture, gets in the way of what's happening at the subnational level. And we miss the point. I mean, when people want to talk, if it is about governance failure at the national level, they automatically assume that that is what is happening at the local level too. If you want to look at indices of maternal mortality, child mortality, enrollment in schools, you extrapolate from the national figure and you assume that Ekiti that has 98% enrollment figure, right? is the same as Nigeria, that is a bit challenged with 10.3 million kids out of school. So part of our reasons for coming here is to also let people know that, important as the national picture is, we must not allow that to get in the way of giant strides that are occurring at the subnational level and how that is contributing to the development agenda. We came to a point in which we realized that operating as individual states, whilst it may fuel our ego and may give us a sense of importance as governors, it doesn't necessarily help to accelerate the development agenda. So just like BREST did, we came together looking at economies of scale, what is being done better, peer reviews amongst ourselves.
Well, elsewhere, the negative sentiment at the Nigerian equities market was sustained at midweek as the headline index dropped below the 31,000 level. Teniola Shobowale has a summary of the trading day.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. The Monetary Policy Committee rate cuts failed to boost investors' confidence as sell pressure continued during midweek trading at the Nigerian stock market. The all-share index shed 0.7%, pulling the headline index below the 31,000 level and the equity capitalization at 11.592 trillion naira. It was a lackluster performance on the activity chart as poultry 131.4 million shares worth 1.4 billion naira exchanged hand in 2,786 deals. 4 out of the major sectors closed in the red except the industrial goods. Looking at the sectoral chart, insurance dropped 1.32% while banking and oil and gas followed closely, trimming 0.98% and 0.85%. Zenith, Sterling and Access Bank were the most actively traded for the day. And that's it on the Stock Market Report. I'm Teniola Shobowale.
Thank you, Teniola. European stocks were under pressure on Wednesday as investors maintained a cautious stance over worries of a slowdown in economic growth. Well, let's see the numbers coming from the global markets. Thank you for watching Business News for tonight. I am Kayode Okikiolu. It's now back to Gimba.
You first. First Bank.
Still ahead on the news at 10, British Prime Minister Theresa May promises to resign if Brexit deal finally secures majority in Parliament. Stay with us.